So we are officially 3 days from surgery, and I am going to go get myself all done up. I don't feel too good. I'm struggling really bad. I have nodular endometriosis, and it's about to be that time, and one of the reasons they wanted to do laparoscopy, colonoscopy at the same time as my period was to hopefully figure out what's going on a little bit more. They saw a lot of lesions, but hopefully during that time they can figure out the direct root or cause is what they're thinking. And then with the colonoscopy, they're going to be doing some more colon cancer removal stuff. So let's see how this all goes. Gonna get packing today, so let's get all fresh and clean and then get packing. Well, I am all showered, my hair is still drying, and baby has fallen asleep for the nap for day. I am about to play some Minecraft, as you can see on my glasses here, and I have my headset ready. I am going to game for a little bit while baby naps, try to record some more stuff for my gaming channel, and just try to relax and enjoy before the crazy chaos. So here the crazy chaos starts. I am starting to pack my backpack / purse. I love my Lovelook bag so much. The last Lovelook bag I had for 6 years, and it was a purse, so I decided to get an upgrade. I love this so much. I have had it for about a year now, and it hooks onto your suitcase super well. It'll help my husband to carry everything in since I am on some restriction. I am getting everything all packed up and all of my self-care items. Now to all the rest of the stuff. Since this is the last night I can eat, I decided to make my husband and I some cookies. I also thought this would be wonderful to bring with on our trip so we could have as dessert after our meals. These are chocolate chip cookies with triple chocolate chip on top. Shout out to my best friend Lydia for finding these amazing chocolate chips. Can you tell by how much I'm admiring these chocolate chip cookies that I'm not going to be able to eat for a few days? Well, let's get back to the packing then. I am packing all of my skincare into here. I have my toner, my lotion, my serum, all of my goodies that I need. If you would like another video on all of my products, feel free to let me know down below. I am also getting our big suitcase ready. I am going to be prepping for 2 weeks worth of the trip. This week is the surgery week, and then next week is the treatment week. I will be having radiation next week. Other than that, I look forward to seeing how this goes. I will be doing a 48-hour cleanse and liquid diet with special restrictions on the second day for no dairy. On the second day, I will also be implementing the colon cleanse and the colon prep for the colonoscopy. The prep includes 4 5-milligram tablets of Dulcolax, Miralax in the evening, and 4 liters of Golightly. Time for us to go on this trip and kick butt. Well, we are fully packed and on the road. We have gotten to Caribou Coffee, and currently it's starting to get a nice sunrise outside. So we will be taking a nice slow start to our day. It takes about 3 hours to get to Rochester, Minnesota. So we are headed to Rochester to the Mayo Clinic to go to my surgery. Today I have a check-in for an echocardiogram as well as some blood tests, and then I have, sorry if it's TMI, a urine container pickup because I want me to do a urine collection for 24 hours to see about my mast cells. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. And then I have to, throughout the day, do all of my colonoscopy prep, which is a whole bunch of Dulcolax and PEG 3350, which is pretty much like Miralax. So I have to drink 4 liters of that between today, tomorrow, and before surgery. So
Gotta get that whole jug down. I think it's between 5 hours to 3 hours before surgery tomorrow, and check in for surgery is 10:45 tomorrow. So then after surgery tomorrow, check in. Surgery should be at noon on Friday. So let's do this, you guys. Let's head to Rochester.
So as we start to go on this venture to Rochester, Minnesota, I thought I would share my cancer story so far and how we ended up to this point. Currently, this will be our, I think it was 7th trip to the Mayo Clinic since last year in the summer. This is my 3rd surgery since last summer and will be my 1st surgery at the Mayo Clinic. All of this started because of a routine checkup after 5 years from my last colonoscopy. I was cleared and given 5 years at my last colonoscopy to not need another one for 5 years. I did have cancerous polyps then and had them removed. Back to the beginning of all this. At the age of 19 years old, you have a lot of stomach issues or are not into gruesome things, please back out now or zoom ahead. I started having a lot of issues. Projectile vomiting, I could not keep any food down, was having bloody stools, and eventually had bloody vomit. I went to the ER and they did an emergency colonoscopy to find that I had a whole bunch of polyps. I believe it was 8 polyps at 19 years old. They ranged all the way up to 30 millimeters, which is a couple inches. They did a resection of all of the polyps as well as a section of my bowel. I believe they continued to monitor me every 6 months, and I currently have had a total of 24 surgeries after this surgery here this spring. By the time I was 21 and continued to have the colonoscopies every 6 months, I continued to have polyps every single time, and they ranged all the way up to 20 millimeters. The most I ever had up until I was 21 was 19 millimeters. After that, I went under chemotherapy and radiation to try to subside since this has been aggressive for the past 2 years and they wanted to treat it harder. At that point, I had been quite sick and been dealing with this for 2 years. I ended up homeless and was working quite a few different jobs. Thankfully, I had a car so I could live in my car, and I had good family and friends, so I was able to stay with some of them for the meantime. At that point, I was 21 years old and was cleared for 2 years given the treatment I had just had. When I went in after that, I had another 8 or so polyps. I was 23 years old and they did the same treatment as last time, given they did not exceed 20 millimeters. After that treatment, they cleared me for 5 years, which lands us to where we are now. Last year when I was pregnant, at first I automatically thought the cancer was back because of my symptoms. Lo and behold, I was pregnant, which is such an honor, blessing, and gift. Granted, we now know I had cancer too, which I found out 4 months postpartum. I am so grateful for our little blessing and bundle of joy and for my husband, and I do not know how I would have the strength to conquer this all. Between them, my friends, and all of you guys, I am so thankful and grateful for the support. Well guys, we made it to the Mayo Clinic.
Going up.
One thing about the Mayo Clinic is sometimes want to get out on the wrong floor. Make sure you look at what floor you're on before you get out of the elevator, unlike what I did.
6th floor.
Here we go, on to my first appointment.
Going up.
I have a heart test, some blood tests, and a couple other things before I have surgery and then treatment next week. I absolutely love these Mayo Clinic spaces. They are so wonderful and easy to navigate. I have finished with my appointments and we are deciding to go check out the Mayo Clinic area. The amazing piano is in the Conda building, and this is a great place that is so peaceful to chill out. These amazing visual pieces are down in the subway, and we love to look at it. Even baby boy smiles as we are riding down this area. If you or a loved one are going to the Mayo Clinic, I definitely recommend checking out the subway level for some great places to rest. Please remember to take care of yourself and your loved one if you are heading to the Mayo Clinic, and regardless if you are seeking medical care, please take care of yourself. We are also fortunate and blessed to be able to receive medical care at the Mayo Clinic. I am blessed to grow up in Minnesota and am born and raised Minnesotan. My husband is from Washington State, but thankfully he transplanted here for our baby's birth. We are not sure what the future will hold, but thankfully we are here to hopefully change it for the better. I thank you all for watching this with me and being here for my family and with me on my journey. We have 20 appointments coming up between 2 tomorrow and 18 next week. Let's hit the ground running tomorrow, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, guys. Bye bye.